A lot of people know me for shoot music videos, you know what I mean? A lot of people know me for talking on Instagram. People run into me all the time in the mall. People that don't even do music see me like, oh, I can't talk to you unless I got a deposit, because people like know me for saying that on Instagram. Don't talk to me if you don't got no deposit. It's that simple. I don't give a who you is, how long I've been knowing you. Don't ask me, hey, these when you free. Hey, you gonna be free on the 15th? You gonna be free? I don't wanna talk to you if you don't got a deposit. I'm not gonna tell you about no dates or times or when the next time I'm free or nothing without a deposit. Deposit, conversation, then work, you dig? Not conversation first. I don't want to talk about nothing unless it's where you want to link for the deposit. Unless you send a deposit, do not talk to me. When I'm saying that stuff, it's never for a gimmick. I really genuinely be meaning what I say. And so over the years, a lot of people, including my mama told me this, friends, dudes I was locked up with, a lot of people, artists I deal with, man, you need to start a podcast, you got a lot of information. The thing is, I always be like, what I'm going to talk about, because if you know me, then you know I hate scripted. I don't want to get on this camera and be like, man, y'all know what the f*** going on, this shit, boy. That ain't even me. I never really look at myself as the type of person that needs to do a podcast, you think? I feel like the world we in now is a monkey see, monkey do world. People see one person doing something, they want to do it. And so it's like, I think the podcast game just became just like being a rapper. When I was a kid, I mean, I've been rapping since I was 4 years old. I'm over 30. All I ever wanted to do was be a rapper. But when I was growing up, you had people that wanted to be rappers. You had people that wanted to be firemen, football players. Everybody kind of wanted to do, you know, different stuff. But nowadays, it's like
everybody wants to be a rapper. I would like to say all of you suck.
And so with that being said, I don't want to talk about rapping today. I don't want to talk about rapping. I want to talk to y'all about this word right here. This word right here. This the word right here. Right there. That word. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Dig. So that's what we gonna talk about today. Young entrepreneurship. Dog, I look like entrepreneur, right? Or I look like Calvin from Paid in Full. Go get no lenses. But anyway, back to the Theodore kid. But anyway, back to what I was saying about being an entrepreneur. They were saying most small businesses will fail within the first 5 years, you know what I mean? And so, man, everybody not built for this lifestyle. But what I can tell you, if you are interested in being an entrepreneur, just stuff that I can tell you from personal experience. I don't like talking about stuff that I haven't personally experienced, so I can just tell you what I've been through from personal experience, and I can say that my brand has been around for more than 5 years, you know what I'm saying? Just to give y'all a quick backstory real quick, I did prison time when I was 18. I did 5 years. I've been having tattoos, gang related. Didn't graduate high school. I'm saying all that to say, in no type of way to glorify it, I'm saying all that to say, odds was already stacked against me, period, like in life. Not just trying to be an entrepreneur, but just in life in general, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times, like, a man could have committed a crime 30 years ago and he can't go get an apartment in his name in some states, or can't live in certain areas, or can't get a certain job, and he could have committed a crime when he was 16 and he's 45 years old, you know what I mean? Once you get an X on your back, especially in America, because this is where we at, the odds definitely going to be against you. So, the thing is, the odds were stacked against me and still are, but guess what? I made it happen. I'm here. Y'all here watching this. That's the proof. I appreciate whoever watching this, whether it's one person or whether it's 30 million people. Number one, when you're going into entrepreneurship, one of the first things you should know is understand that it's business, and business means business. Take your personal feelings out of it. A lot of people make the mistake in trying to treat business situations in a personal way, and it always backfires. You always hear the story about somebody doing somebody a favor, and all of a sudden, people become to feel entitled. Well, you gotta take accountability to that. You gotta take accountability for that. If you've never gave somebody a deal, or you've never gave nobody a shortcut, they wouldn't be looking for one. You know what I mean? You have to set a standard and abide by that standard, whatever your personal standard is gonna be. But just know that how the foundation and the in the beginning of your branding process and trying to establish your business, whatever that may be, you gotta set the standard, because those people from the beginning, some people get trapped into the mind frame of this is how it's always going to be. And so that's how you save yourself headaches. Me, for example, I'm in the music business. I film music videos. So when I first started shooting videos, I started shooting videos for $100. And this back when videos was costing thousands of dollars. I came, it was like, oh, give me $100. And so, yeah, I got a lot of business. But as I learned more and invested into the knowledge of the business and bought different equipment and different cameras and different lenses and software and plugins and, invested into my craft, and it began to excel and evolve. The price evolved, but someone that gave me $100 not going to pay me $2,000 now, because it's like, you got some people that definitely understand and respect the grind. Shout out to everybody that understand and respect the grind, but it's a lot of people that don't. Some people really feel like, man, I was there with you from day one before you was good. Man, how you gonna charge me $2,000? Man, it was $100. How you? And it's just like, when you was a kid, a bag of chips was 25 cents. Now that same bag is 89 cents. A loaf of bread used to be 5 cents. Way back when. It's $3.25 now, whatever it might be. The point that I'm really trying to make is set the standard, stick to that standard. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're not gonna start off at the top of the food chain, but don't lowball yourself. A lot of times we lowball ourselves because we feel like, oh, it's entry level. Set your business standard, stick to that standard. Somebody told me, and I don't know if this is a fact or not, but that Louis Vuitton, somebody told me a long time ago, Louis Vuitton never have a sale. They burn their old merchandise. And I'm like, well, that makes sense, because when you go into a Louis Vuitton store, you know you're gonna be paying top dollar all the time. There's no fall sale, spring sale, liquidation sale, end of the year sale. It's the standard. Set your standard high. So number one, in a nutshell, set a standard, follow that standard. Number two, elevation requires separation. Elevation requires separation. Separation from bad habits, separation from negative energy, separation from anything that's not forwarding your progress and where you say that you're trying to go. You know what I mean? Everybody say they're trying to go somewhere, and some people are trying to go somewhere. But some people say things just for the sake of saying it. But the real truth is, if you tell yourself, man, I want a Range Rover, well, the first thing you got to do is know how much a Range Rover costs, what year you want, and what's your plans to get there. So anything stopping or not forwarding your progress to get that Range Rover, you need to do away with it, because it's not helping you. You know what I mean? A lot of times we burden ourselves with different ideals and different personal principles, and we become a slave to our own loyalty and our own thoughts and our own beliefs, and sometimes it's not beneficial, you know what I'm saying, to where we say that we're trying to go, and only we know where we're trying to go, you know what I mean, which is why I said nobody can tell you what's for you besides you, because you know, ultimately. So, elevation requires separation. I'm gonna speak on the music business, because that's the business that I'm in. When you're in the music business, man, it's a business. Sometimes your friend's not qualified to be part of your business team. It's the same thing as working a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Your family life is family life. When you at work, you have to handle your business. Like a construction worker is not bringing his daughter to the job. A doctor is not bringing his son to the job when he got an open heart surgery to do. A mechanic is not bringing his best friend who don't know nothing about cars to take out a motor or break down a motor. The point is, surround yourself with qualified people in the field that you say that you want to be involved in. So you got, different experience and intelligence to pull from. Sometimes we try to include our friends into things they only have no parts of and don't deserve to be around, and they not gonna do nothing but pull us down. I mean, you that's like you trying to get a job, and it's a $1 million contract on the table when you bring one of your people in there and they in there, they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to turn that savage switch off, and so they in there, they talking crazy, they do the mannerisms, and they'll